Right, we're going to try a few new weekly segments now on the show, and this one, we're calling it Blog Off. It highlights two of the best blogs in Canada, 5 Feet of Fury and Blazing Cat Fur. And believe me, millions of people over there going to these two blogs. They're extremely influential. The 5 Feet of Fury herself is our special guest, Kathy Shaidle.
Hi.
Now, this T-shirt is brand new, apparently.
Yes, I just got it yesterday in time to wear it on the show. And I took it, I walked all the way across downtown Toronto, and I only got one response, and it was a cute, blonde, young construction worker going, "Right on," which is the only time a construction worker has ever even looked at me sideways in 50 years. So.
And apparently he's outside bound with duct tape,
right.
and you're taking him home with you.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's not racist if it's true.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's a reason the Germans are the ones bailing out the Greeks and not the other way around, right?
Well, who gave us democracy?
I think those must have been other Greeks.
The people who used to live in Greece
That's
before
right.
all the layers of invasion over the years.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. Well, come on, you know, the Romans are not the original Romans. The Greeks aren't the original Greeks. Everyone's moved around, for goodness sake.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, the people of the Arabs. You think they're from Arabia, Syria, Iraq, Egypt? Those people, they're not. They're Arabs now. When Islam conquered, I love all this. But
I know, it's exciting.
The indigenous people of Egypt are quite fair-skinned. They're the Coptic Christians. The Arabs are invaders. They're occupying the territory.
I know.
End the occupation, I say.
That's right. Take back the pyramids.
Anyway, hello.
For the Jews.
Speaking of Jews, our friend Bernie Farber, who used to be head of the Canadian Jewish Congress, it just lost its direction, I think.
Yes.
It was so close to the left, and there was a maturity, a growing up, and they've got rid of it.
It was so focused on Section 13 hate crimes and these half-dozen imaginary Nazis that I think it just lost its way.
Right. And now the rumour on the street, as if anyone cares, is that Bernie would now like to be head of the Ontario Human Rights Commission. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is interesting. He ran as a Liberal candidate in a riding that was very difficult to win.
Yes.
And I wonder if there had been any sort of pre-election discussion with the leader of the party. But now he keeps going to sort of lefty things and appearing and writing in the Huffington Post, which is fair enough, but it's free. I mean, you're not paid for it.
No,
So
I get paid for everything I write.
Yeah, me too. I don't believe in free speech. So you write for it when you have... Do we have any photos? Oh, there's Bernie. Bernie Farber attends Pride Parade. Now, Bernie's not homosexual, but he's there and so if you want to be head of the Human Rights Commission, the real issue to push will be that of homosexuality. I
think so. They seem to be the pet of the year. As I keep wondering, people like Mark Stein keep wondering, Muslims are the growing favorite pet, you know. And so what happens when those two clash at one of these Human Rights Commission hearings? It'll be interesting to see. Bernie always gets in trouble for the T-shirts he wears on Pride. Mark Stein started like a national, international incident by making fun of Bernie's shirt last year, which was, "Nobody knows I'm gay."
Yeah.
And he's straight, but anyway, now he's got...
It's not even funny, it's just
I know, it's very stupid. It's supposed to be ironic, and this year I thought it was kind of typical progressive wearing a T-shirt that says, "I'm a Marxist of the Groucho sort," which I don't think, which hasn't been trendy since I think the Johnson administration, but oh well. Progressives are always on the cutting edge of cool and
a bit sad, really.
Aging hipsters.
Now, what about this kid who apparently was a conservative and has become a liberal? This is on your blog as well.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's even sadder when conservatives are so desperate to find new heroes that they embrace people like this. A few years ago, there was this young man. He was 13 years old. Ugh. He went to CPAC wearing his little, you know, the Conservative Political Action Committee. Right. It's basically nerd prom for conservatives in the States, and it's where you go to kind of make a name for yourself. And he got up and gave a speech, and he was wearing this little George Will clone, you know, with the bow tie, Alex P. Keaton, and he was like the young...
to be beaten up.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like the face of young conservatives. Well, you know, yesterday it came out that he's got a new book out called How to Beat Conservatives, and he's a liberal now, because guess what? He's 17 years old.
And he probably couldn't find a girl
that, you know...
so he's become a liberal.
And so now he's a liberal, and, you know, that's fine. What I remember the most, though, was when that video came out, and the hundreds of comments I read on right-wing sites going, "It's the future of conservatism," and it's like, you're so lame. This is why we don't win stuff, because you're so lame.
You know, many years ago, at the Conservative Party conference in the United Kingdom, a kid stood up and made this really hardline conservative speech, And he is now the British Foreign Secretary for the Conservative government. So sometimes it...
Oh, it does work. Okay.
It does, yeah. Now, what else has been on your blog? What other hatred have you been spewing?
Well, I haven't really been spewing as much hatred as people on the streets of Gay Pride. We have a video up that was sent to my husband, Blazing Cat Fur, and it's a 14-minute video of peaceful Christians standing on the corner of what looks to me like Wellesley and Young.
Oh, I wasn't aware of this.
On Pride. And they have a sign that says Jesus loves everybody or something. And he, you know, the guy's standing there and he's, you know, talking. This was not Fred Phelps. This was not,
no. Just
I hate those people too.
Oh, yeah.
They were just standing there.
Jesus loves you.
Oh, yeah, Jesus loves you.
Right.
The 8 cops come, tell the guy to move on. He starts saying, Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Move along, sir, you're causing a disturbance. Now, meanwhile, there are these lesbians surrounding him yelling swear words at him. I hate you, I hope you die. Christians killed millions of witches, that fabulous, that awesome lie.
Right.
And nothing was done to them. They were very threatening, but it was 8 cops, one of whom took one of the Christians' cameras and then denied taking it on another camera.
Yeah, they've done that with pro-lifers too.
Exactly.
They've lied to their teeth.
And they do stuff like that with pro-Israel rallies that I've been at. We've been told, you're the problem, you're going to have to move, we can't guarantee your safety, you're causing a disturbance. I swear there were like more cops than there were Christians on the corner.
So the number of people who are completely naked, and it's more than last year, we think.
Yes.
There are many gay people who boycott it now.
Which is illegal.
Yeah. Showing everything to children.
Not arrested.
But a guy who just says, Jesus loves you.
Yeah, and I have to say, I watched 14 minutes of it. This guy is so calm and so articulate, you can't believe it. Because in his shoes, I would have been a lot angrier than he was. And he just keeps saying to people, but I just want to talk to you. What's your problem? He's trying to have a dialogue, and they're yelling, you should die, I hate your guts. And the cops are just like, sir, you're the problem, sir. If you just wouldn't provoke people, none of this would happen, and confiscating his stuff.
Tough life being a cop these days. You're going to come back next week as well, because I think you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And do you like the title, Blog Off?
Sure, that sounds great. We need some kind of horrible, obscene graphic.
Well, you know
to
what,
go with
Kathy?
it.
Blog off.
Okay, you too.